Howdy, folks. I am Alan for today's news. I will be reading and speaking about world news, interesting news to keep you entertained, and news to keep you informed. What I got for you right here is from Futrism or something like that. It's Tesla Autopilot leads cops on high-speed chase while driver completely passes out. It said here, a German driver has lost his license after falling asleep while his Tesla drove down the Autobahn highway with its autopilot feature activated. According to a press release, the Bavarian police officer tried to stop the self-driving Tesla, but to no avail. Police state that the vehicle kept the same distance from the patrol car in front, reaching speeds of 70 miles an hour. The 45-year-old driver was reportedly seen in a reclined position with his eyes closed and his hands off the steering wheel, implying he had allowed autopilot to take full control. It's only the latest incident of people losing consciousness behind the wheel of a Tesla, a dangerous trend that has ended in several collisions already. The report also highlights how easy it is to fool a Tesla into thinking the driver is alert, something that has already garnered the company uh, plenty of criticism in the past. And so we're down here, I read earlier. You can read the rest of this in my description box. The link will be down below. It said here, investigator found the driver had gone to surprising lengths to fool the car and to driving itself while he was getting some shut eye. They discovered a steering wheel weight in the footwell, a device that can trick the vehicle safety system by pretending that your hand is on the wheel. Drugs may also have played a part, they say. Let's see what else I got here. This is from a woman, Dr. Fauci paid a Chinese virologist to create a bioweapon virus, says Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson tweets, Dr. Fauci paid Chinese virologist, is it hard for me to say, to create a blow spoon virus. See, I always called this virus, biological weapon. That's what I think it's, started out being. Benny Johnson is a columnist shared an explosive tweet regarding the coronavirus pandemic. The godfather of the conservative internet said he is known among his fans and the chief creative officer at Turning Point claims that Chinese created the pandemic. The person behind it was Dr. Fauci, which doesn't surprise me. And I'm going to read something here I saw earlier. Yeah, right here. So here, Johnson claims Dr. Fauci paid Chinese virologists to create a blow-spawn virus. And the same tweet, he said, "We have the receipts," adding that this was not for the debate. The conservative podcast host further wrote, then Fauci promised a surprise pandemic during the Trump administration, a day before Donald Trump was sworn into as president. See, this is Fauci, the Democrats, trying to get Biden in trouble. Anyway, you can read the rest of this. The links will be in my description box. Here's something here that's kind of amusing. This is from Daily Dot. It says, started with Walmart closing all their registers. Customers films McDonald automated drive-thru being run without any employees. A McDonald customer is going viral for documenting their experience at a McDonald's drive-thru being run without employees. And the 11-second clip, which amassed 1.9 million views since it was posted on December 23rd, TikTok user Kiki Mendez recorded herself driving to a McDonald's drive-thru when she approached the window. There wasn't an employee in sight. Instead, she was met with an automated machine handling her order. The machine placed the bag down and pushed it on a conveyor belt to the window. According to the text overlay, the video took place at McDonald's in Fort Worth, Texas. While most viewers in the comments were thrilled about the prospect of an automated McDonald's, others thought issues they had with human workers would be exacerbated. They never give napkins or sauces, so this seems like a bad idea, one viewer wrote. What if they get the order wrong? A third asked. What if they get the order wrong? You can't take it back and argue with them. In an email to the Daily Dot, a McDonald's representative provided this statement about the automated restaurant, which is a test location in Fort Worth. The test restaurant uses enhanced technology to make ordering and pickup more seamless than ever before, but there is a significant human component. But there is a significant human component. The concept is not fully automated. We anticipated this restaurant format necessarily a comparable number of team members to a traditional store based on initial testing. There is an interaction between customers and the restaurant team when picking up orders via the food and beverage conveyor. And the restaurant team may also support guests using the self-order kiosk. Anyway, I don't know. I got my doubts about that. You can see more of that in my description box. Here's something here. It says new. This is from Fox Business. New IRS tax brackets take effect in 2023, meaning your paycheck could be bigger. Higher federal income tax brackets and standard deduction are now in effect, potentially giving Americans a chance to increase their take-home pay in 2023 and shield more of their income from the Internal Revenue Service. Yeah, right. We'll see. The IRS announced higher limits for this, for the federal income tax bracket and standard deduction in October, and the increase is intended to avoid a phenomenon known as bracket creep, which happens when taxpayers are pushed into higher income brackets, even though their purchasing power is essentially unchanged due to the steep prices of most goods. The IRS makes such adjustment annually, but in times of painfully high inflation, the increase are more significant and impacted for taxpayers. Inflation hovered around the four-decade high for much of 2022, hitting a high of 9.1% in June and falling slightly to 7.1% in November, still about 3 times the pre-pandemic average. This year, the tax bracket are shifting higher by about 7%. The higher threshold where tax takes effect could mean savings of millions of Americans across the income bracket. I doubt it. Bunch of bull crap. So here, the IRS is increasing the tax bracket by about 7% for both individual and marriage filers across the different income spectrums. The top tax rate remains 37% in 2023. You can read the rest about this in my description box. Here it said the most chilling. This is from MoneyWise. The most chilling metric of all. Mike Rowe cautioned that 7 million American men are done looking for work and have punched out. Here's why that's a serious problem. Men have been steadily clocking out of the American workforce since pre-pandemic times. Even now, despite 3 million, there being millions of job openings in an uncertain economy climate. While the U.S. Come on, get off there. While the U.S. labor market remains incredibly tight, with the economy adding about 263,000 jobs in November, around 7 million prime age men between the ages of 25 and 54 are reportedly setting it out. They are firmly not looking for work. They've punched out. They're done. TV host Mike Rowe said on the Brian Kilmeade show, citing research from economist Nick Eberstadt. So you can read about the rest of this later in my description box if you like. Okay, this is Newsweek. Ukraine targets Russian ammunition depots as Wagner Group advance stalls. Ukrainian forces are targeting Russian ammunition depots in the city of Bakhmut. I don't know. As the Wagner Group advance in the embattled regions stalls. A spokesman for Ukraine's armed forces was cited by Ukrainian news outlet Ukrainian says as saying on television that 2 ammunition depots were destroyed in the Bakhmut area on Wednesday. I know I'm not saying that right. Our rocket forces and artillery hit different targets. First of all, large concentration of the enemy personnel, as was the case of the time, equipment, as well as the warehouse with weapons, ammunition, fuel. Well, you got to read the rest of this. This is all I'm going to have today. I've been busy today. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. Come back. See ya.